Ever wonder how other players rush and get kills easily, but if you rush, you die immediately? This video, I'll teach you all the tips on how to play aggressively in COD Mobile. Let's start with pre-aiming when rushing. Pro players always pre-aim when aggressively rushing. We need to pre-aim at corners or areas where enemies often appear. Here is what I do. When rushing to areas, I always slide and place my crosshair on the spots where I know most players might go, giving me an advantage to kill them much faster. Placing your crosshair near the head or the upper body part of the enemies increases your damage by a lot, especially when using a sniper, to avoid hit marks that can be quite annoying. When rushing around the map, it is a must not to go in the middle of the battlefield due to it being the place where most players expect you to go, which is why you should go sideways around the map. With this, you are able to backstab them without them expecting you to go behind their backs. The trick to rush sideways is by using a melee weapon to run much faster. You might encounter an enemy when doing this method, so you need to use guns that are good at short-range battles. This includes SMGs, shotguns, or even pistols. The gun that I usually use is a shotgun, specifically KRM, so, here is a gunsmith that you can copy the next time you play. When playing aggressively, the most common mistake that I see players make is that they don't know what to do when there are two enemies that they suddenly encounter. Most of them kill one enemy and don't know what to do with the other enemy, making them die in the process. This is why it is important to have a fast focus change after killing an enemy. What I mean is that when killing one enemy, you should know how to change your aim to the other enemy as fast as possible. There is usually a damage indicator that you can follow which indicates where the other enemy may be, meaning you need to have a fast sensitivity when doing this. Rushing the opponents might be hard if they can hear you, which brings me to my next point, which is knowing the difference between running and walking. In certain situations, you need to walk because there are places where enemies might be camping. This is why pre-aiming from earlier is very needed. Since we don't want to walk slowly, you need to equip the perk Skulker, since this gives you a 12% faster walking and crouching, giving you a higher chance to win in search and destroy and aggressively move better. You may also use lightweight as your perk because this increases your sprinting by 5%, making you more agile the next time you play. Are you the type of person to throw a grenade immediately as soon as you spawn? Well, this is obviously a very dumb thing and wrong thing to do. I guarantee you that 90% of the grenades that you throw would miss, so, you need to be smart at throwing grenades, specifically, tactical grenades, to play much more aggressively. For example, when throwing a smoke grenade, throw it at places where you know snipers might be camping, which is usually at the middle of the map, since like what I said from earlier, this is the place where enemies expect you to go. On the other hand, when throwing stun grenades, throw it at spots where you know enemies may appear. Also in the settings, turn on Enable Left-Handed Tactical to throw tactical grenades faster, giving you an advantage on faster grenade throw. Now, the most important tip to play aggressively is mastering the use of the zigzag movement. This is a movement where you move both your joystick and screen simultaneously from left to right. What I mean by mastering the use of it is that you need to know where and when to use it. Like in places where snipers start shooting you, you need to use this movement to dodge the bullets and rush them. In most situations, this is used during 1 versus 1 encounter where you could do the movement to make yourself a harder target. This movement is very important to master since it can be used in both offense and defense. Since I know that most of you are probably going to use the sniper in playing aggressively, to learn 5 of the most unknown tips of the sniper, click this video. Thanks.